Right, well, good morning and happy birthday to me. Yes, 50 years old today. How the hell am I still here? I don't know. Survived a carjacking, avalanche, tsunami, lightning strike, and I'm in a land of volcanoes. What could go wrong? So today is the day where hopefully the dreams will come true and I'll be able to get out and catch an Arctic char. So we're just packing up from last night. We didn't get too much solar activity last night, but we did manage to get a couple of shots there, so it was visible by the camera. But we're hoping that the weather's going to stay like this today and through the night, and we'll still be able to get a little bit more northern lights tonight. So we're going to go our separate ways today. I don't expect Monica to sit there and watch me catch nothing all day today, so she's going to drop me off down at Þingvellir. I've got my bag all packed up. She's going to head off for a day exploring the western fjords, I think. And then she'll come and pick me up, hopefully, later on. So I've just paid for my card online. It wasn't that easy to do, really, but I managed to work it out. So it was about 2,500 krones to fish Þingvellir, just further down there. So we're just going to finish getting the van all packed up and make our way down there. Well, this is an absolute diamond find. This is. It's just us sat down here, and it is an absolute stunning place. So I've basically got the whole of this bay here to have a bash at fishing. There's a bit of information inside there, not a great deal of information, and it's all in Icelandic, so having to use the old Google Translate just to see what it is. But it's just marking out certain fishing spots and things along there. But it is massively overpowering when you look at it, because it's just such a vast expanse of water. But we'll give it a go anyway. It's nice just to be here in this absolute perfect weather. Right, so just going to set up the cooking stuff. We're going to have some breakfast now. Just use up a lot of the bits that we've got left over. So we've got tomorrow left to go and visit, and then we're back flying back on Thursday. So we've got plenty of food here to try and get through today and tomorrow. This thing was an absolute godsend to bring with us. I was sort of erring on the, do I take it, don't I take it? Monica said, no, let's take it. And it's been an absolute godsend, it really has. Just to make these really, really nice little toasties. I know it's all we've been eating pretty much all week, but it's so nice just to do, it really is. Great thing about the little Ridge Monkey is you can split it up to use it as 2 frying pans if you wanted to as well. It comes with this little sort of accessory pack that fits inside of it, and then the handles come off and fold into the back there as well. So it's an absolute brilliant bit of kit. It's more like it's like a little carp fishing thing really that people use when they're fishing overnight. And I've had it in the truck for ages, but I've never really used it. But we've dragged it along this week, and it has just been absolutely brilliant. You know, you can stick 4 eggs inside of it, and it's just it's done us a world of good. I would definitely recommend bringing this along for a camper van holiday in Iceland. Right, so all loaded up. Monica's decided not to go up on a little road trip. She's going to have a wander around here. She's found some tracks on Komoot that she's going to follow. So I'm just heading sort of northwest along the top of the lake to a little peninsula. And I'm going to start there and then make my way back. The conditions aren't too bad at all. There's a little bit of chop, but enough for me. Enough for me. It's so daunting. It really is so daunting, because this water is just huge, and it's so clear, and like everywhere you look, it's like void of life. But the other advantage to that is that the water's so clear that you drop a lure or a fly somewhere, fish are going to see it. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll drop the bag down here I can just see a rock outcrop over there. I think we'll get set up here and have a bash here. Right, so the rod I'm using today is the Rigged and Ready X5 Adventure. The reason I brought this is, you can see it's absolutely tiny thing, and it's a fixable and it's a fly rod as well. It's not the best fly rod. In these conditions I wish I had a 6-7 weight rod, but this is sort of like a 4-stroke 5. It's quite short, but it works as a fly rod, and the great advantage is you can use it as a fixed spool reel. Obviously here you can't, because you can only fly fish at this time of the year. Right, so let's get this all set up and let's get a fly on the end of it, because I ain't going to catch anything sitting here talking to you. Right, fly wise, I think we'll start off with a streamer. I can't see anything on the rise at all. Right, so we'll give this a go. As I say, I can't see anything on the surface. What was that? Oh no, it's a goose getting out. And then we'll play it by ear, really. It's just so daunting when you've got such a vast water like this, and you've got no experience, no knowledge on how to fish it. It's just literally hit and hope. I mean, I've sort of had a look on the board that was in there to where the spots were, and they do start off a little bit further along, but speaking to the guide I see earlier on, he said all along this shore, but wouldn't tell me what flies to use. Right, let's get this one on. This really feels like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It just shows you, when you're fishing large expanses of water like this, completely blind, having a guide would definitely be the best thing. Definitely. Well, I seem to have found a bit of a deeper section here. So I'm using a floating line at the moment, so I think what I'm going to do is swap over my leader to a sinking leader. Just see whether I can get it down a little bit further. So one of the great things about Iceland is it doesn't have any mosquitoes. It's got the gnats and the no-see-ums and the midges and things, but there's no mosquitoes. When we were walking along here this morning, I was just thinking, oh, it looks really shallow close to the shore and devoid of life. But we'll soldier on, we'll muster on. We've got all day. You never know. My birthday luck might be in. This rod is so difficult to cast in the best of conditions, and there's a little bit of a chop coming along the water, and it makes it very difficult to cast, to get the distance anyway, because yeah, it's so shallow. But we'll carry on. I just give myself an earring with a streamer, orange streamer, but I managed to get that out. But we'll have a fish on this This little point over here, I think. Can't beat a bit of reindeer soup. Got a bit of a hashtag where's my spork situation going on here. And I managed to use the top of the packet as my spoon. Do you know what? I don't care I'm not catching any fish. I mean, just to be here on this absolutely amazing lake, crystal clear water. I can hear the loons go over there. There's guillemots, grey-lag geese. There's a couple of hooper swans over there. Oyster catchers. It's just a spot on place. And I mean, look at the backdrop here. Can't beat it. You really can't. Well, you could if there was a fish on the bank. Well, hey ho. You know what my fishing's like. Right, well, it looks like the Arctic char has eluded me again. But never mind. You would have thought the gods, you know, would have said, right, it's his 50th birthday, let's let him have one today. But no, they haven't decided that's going to happen. So I'll just have to go on another holiday again, won't I, and try and catch him one more time. Perhaps I'll go up to Sweden this year. Right, I'm going to knock it on the head now. I've really enjoyed coming out and just having a bit of fish today. It's been nice just to have a little bit of just being on my Todd and doing a bit of fishing on this absolutely pristine lake. It's been absolutely gorgeous. It really, really has. So we're planning to head up to some thermal baths this afternoon, which I'm looking forward to because my old sciatica's playing up standing here. The problem is it's an hour's hike uphill, so we'll see how we get on with that. Anyway, I'm going to pack all of this malarkey away and start making my way back to the van. Right, so this afternoon's little micro adventure is at a place called Reykjadalur, and we've got a hike to do for this one. So it states it's about an hour up, and you do need a bit of fitness for it. As you can see, it's quite a hike all the way up there, but this one is a free little micro adventure, and this one is a hot spring, but this is into a river, so it's a hot river. So none of this sort of spa location stuff that you pay an absolute fortune for. This one is as real and as au naturel as it gets. So it states it's probably about an hour to get up there. It's 3k in total, but as you can see, it's all uphill. So I think what we can see ahead is the main geothermal vent, and then the hot spring slash river is just behind that, I think. Right, so there we be. So that's the main geothermal area. So we shouldn't be too far. The only thing is now, because we're late in the day, the sun's gone beyond the yard arm, and I've got a feeling the river's going to be in the shade, which is obviously going to drop the temperature when you get out. Right. Oh, that's so warm. Oh my god, that is heaven. Alright, where's my Icelandic shield maidens now?
Hey.
It's a Polish sausage.
Listen, better Polish sausage than nothing at all.
Oh, that's for you there, actually.
Oh, that is good.
Well, what a fantastic place this is. So we just moved up a little bit higher, and you can feel the difference in the water temperature there. There's actually a sign just behind me there that says closed due to the temperature change higher the further you get up the stream. But what a fantastic little micro adventure this is, and it's free as well. Right, well that was brilliant. Really enjoyed that. Now a 3k walk back down to the van, and then I think we're going to go and spend the night where we were last night, I think. Right, well morning, here we be again, back at Þingvellir, We're stopped here after our walk up to the Thermal River yesterday. We didn't get here till late last night, so by the time we'd eaten and sorted ourselves out and everything, it was about 10:30, so we went straight to bed. So this is our last day here in Iceland. So today we're going to pack up with pretty much all the food that we've brought. We've pretty much used all of everything that we brought, so we've done quite well there. So we're going to pack up. We're heading back down sort of southwest towards Reykjavik today. So we're planning on having a little look around the city. I'm not that fussed about it, but her indoors is a city girl. She wants to have a look around Reykjavik and maybe down to Grindvik to have a look down there, where that was the place that was hit by the volcanic eruption around Christmas time, and see whether we can have a look around there. So I'm just boiling up some water. We got some porridge and I'm going to have a brew for our lunch, for our breakfast. And then we'll start to make our way down this road just down here. After a little wander around Reykjavik today, didn't film it much, but to be honest, it's a pretty nice city. Really enjoyed going through that. We're now on the road down to Grindavik, which was where the last eruption happened. There was a big eruption just before Christmas where the whole town was evacuated, and earlier this month there was another eruption as well. But we're now driving through the lava field, which looks really, really crazy because it's completely fresh. It's just a dirt road running down here now, so I guess it's just a temporary road that they've had to put down. But yeah, heading down to Grindavik for this evening, and then we'll have a look where we're going to stop. No real plan where to stop today, but yeah, this looks really, really bizarre.
You can smell it.
Yeah.
It smells like one of my cakes.
Right, so we're just stopped at the Blue Lagoon. Have a wander around here. This part did close down due to the eruptions. All of the eruptions, or the main eruptions, they all started around 2021. And it's not like a volcano that's erupting, it's just like the lava's just spewing out of fissures in the ground there. So we're in the car park here at Blue Lagoon. You can see there's a massive geothermal site just in front of Monica there. And just to my side there, there's the construction work of having to try and rebuild the roads into Grindavik. So we're just going to take a wander around here and have a look, see what this place looks like. I don't really fancy the Blue Lagoon myself, to be perfectly honest. It's quite an expensive thing, and it's very, very commercialised. I think the river that we went up to the other day, that was yesterday, that was more interesting than this. And it just seems like you are in the middle of a construction site, and it freaking well stinks as well. So it looks like this town has been completely desolated. You can see the cracks in the street there, cracks in the houses. A lot of these houses, they're all desolate. Everyone is left by the looks of things. As you drive through it all there, you can see all the damage that they've tried to fix on the houses and stuff, but a lot of them are all they're all empty
On both sides of the street.
Very, very bizarre. Right, so a little bit of sightseeing done. That was really bizarre to go through that town. You just think of all of the damage and all the lives that have been disrupted by that, but I guess they're used to it here. So we're now going to head sort of northeast of Keflavik Airport to a campsite called Voga, and we're going to go spend the night there. We've got this van to give a clean and sort out everything for our flight early in the morning tomorrow. This is going to need a bit of a clean, obviously, with all of the dust and dirt that we've collected for the last week. Right, so we just arrived at the campsite at Voga, and we're now leaving the campsite at Voga because it doesn't look very appealing, to be perfectly honest. There's just the box of the facilities, the toilet facilities there. Yeah, it doesn't look that impressive. So we found another one sort of west of Keflavik, right on the coast there. So it's only about 13k from where we are now. So we're going to drive up there. This one does not look very appealing at all. You know, if you're just stopping and you're turning up in a motorhome and you've got all your facilities, then yes, this would be okay. But it's not. We're not feeling it at this one. So we're going to head further along the road. Right, we've reached tonight's campsite at a place called Gatskagi, and it really feels like the end of the world. So, not so sure where we need to go. So it's actually at a museum. Very, very strange place. There's no camping sign, so we're just going to ask and see if we're in the right place. So it's actually, the campsite is the car park at a heritage museum right on the point here. So we're just where those people are in front there. That's the north, facing north of the island. So you can see the mountains that we drove around when we came further down south. But yeah, so it's actually the cheapest campsite that we've found. And the facilities aren't too bad here at all. They've got a restaurant upstairs there. And then you've got the museum just in the back there. So yeah, not too bad. Very close to the airport as well. So it's only about 15 minutes drive from the airport. So we're going to get ourselves all sorted out. We're going to obviously clean out the van a little bit, get ourselves sort of repacked for our flight tomorrow, and heading back to about 21 degrees, so they say, in the UK. Right, so okay, so things that we brought and didn't use.
Spare pair of boots for me.
Didn't use your other boots.
No, I didn't use my other boots. I didn't have to use my other boots, but we had a very nice weather. So I think.
Anything else?
No, actually, I've been very good. Planned well.
So for me, it's probably the solar panel. Didn't get to use that really at all. Because we've done so much driving, we were charging all the battery packs in the van here. So that definitely was not needed to come. There was something else, but I can't remember what it was now. Things that you wouldn't have come away without?
I did say chopstick, funny, for ladies, and hand cream. Because
Chopstick? Oh, chapstick.
Chapstick. Not chopstick. Chopstick.
Is it a chopstick?
Well, I call it lippy. So, yeah, something to moisturize your lips and hands, because both the water with sulfur makes your skin really dry.
Yeah.
And the wind, like, yeah, my skin on my hands were cracking and bleeding at some point.
Anything else?
Waterproof clothes if you're planning to see waterfalls.
Yeah.
Which, after seeing 5 of them, we were a bit sick of it.
Yeah.
So we only just really needed for Salient Falls that you walk under. And warm clothes, especially if you sleep in the night and if you don't have a heater in the camper van.
Yeah. So I think for me, the jet boil was a definite, it was a must really. I'm okay, you've got a cooker and everything in here, but it's not very effective. And if you're just boiling water for drinks and like the dehydrated meals, the jet boil came in quite handy. The Ridge Monkey was an absolute godsend. It really was. I know we lived off toasties for a week, but I thought it was an absolute godsend. Right, things that the camper van didn't have that you needed.
Oh, proper mugs and a kettle, because the only way you can boil water is
in the
pan, and that's a bit awkward if you want a cup of coffee. And also there's only like little plastic cups there that are not very good for hot drinks or soup or so
the the cutlery and bits and bobs that come in the van, they are very small.
Very
and
basic.
They're just basic, really. So I would recommend a couple of cups, a couple of bowls, you know, like the foldable bowls, to bring with you.
We said thermos.
And a thermos would be a good thing to have as well.
Or one of those travel mugs that hold the heat, and they're a bit bigger.
Yeah.
So that would do for both cup and thermos. I should have taken mine.
So yeah, so I think that's really the bits and bobs that we brought, didn't use, and things that we thought was an absolute godsend. Best part of the trip?
Oh, Eastern Fjords definitely, and seeing reindeer and seeing whales. And if you only doing South Coast, I think Glacier Lagoon was my favorite. Not anything else really. There's on Golden Circle. Glacier Lagoon.
Yeah, so I think for me it would be Silfra for diving. That was an absolute bucket list of an excursion, that was. And even fishing, even though I didn't catch anything, fishing on Þingvellir, that was just an amazing day. The sun was out, it was just me there, the water was so clear, it was just beautiful just to be out, so that was really good. The hike that we done up yesterday, that was a really, really good hike, and those that thermal river was amazing, it really was, and it was free, you know, compared to some of the other things. You know, like we say, Iceland is expensive. It really is expensive, but that was a really good trip. In fact, the whole thing's been great. So it was a really, really good little itinerary that you organised on all of that. It really, really was. And then the only other thing is bring your own food with you. Iceland is so expensive. It costs an absolute fortune just to breathe here. It really does. MRE meals, freeze-dried meals, these are absolutely brilliant to bring with you. Just remember, MRE meals, they weigh a lot more because they're wet meals. So obviously that's going to affect the weight of your bags when you're flying out here. Once you get here, go to the shop, get your staples like your bread, your oil, your ham, your cheese, and all of that sort of stuff, and then you can get onto the road. Now, when it comes down to the roads, do check which roads are open. I'll stick a link to the website in the description there, because some of the roads, they might be closed, they might be open. It all depends, and they do change daily. So if you've made a plan, do check that the roads are open, because if not, you're going to have to adapt your plan to that. So this basically brings us to the end of this series of videos here in Iceland. It's been absolutely amazing. It really has. It's a place that I will definitely come back to. And even though we've done the whole round trip around the island, there's still loads and loads more that we haven't seen that I want to go and see at future times. So thank you for watching. I'll stick a link to all of the places we visited and all of the campsites that we've been to as well, and also a link to Kuku Campers. If you're just having a look to see whether you fancy this type of holiday, do check them out, because there's loads more information on their website there. So thank you for watching. My name is Martin. I'm into my hiking, my fishing, my bushcraft, my fishing, just generally being outdoors. And if you like what you see on the channel, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time on the next one.